community, my Sangha. I hope you're all having a great day today. If you're not, let's make it a great day. Change that attitude and look, I was the queen of sulking, man. Like, actually, even in the AA not preamble, but part of the readings at the beginning of the meetings, they say, "Why me?" So it was all like, "Oh, why me? Why do I have to go through this?" Which was definitely it. I was like, why do I have to go to AA meetings for the rest of my life? It took me a hot second to accept that. I just kept killing myself until I did. Anyways, Kefab and I just left a Mexican restaurant. And, also my parking brake is still on. I do that quite a bit, which is not good for my sweet baby. Yep, not good to have my parking brake on and try to ride. That never goes good. I am normal. I'm not normal. Sorry. I'm human. Human is what I was thinking. But anyways, we just left the Mexican restaurant, and it was really yummy. We had to come out into town because yesterday our new home, temporary home, but our new home, our RV, we discovered it had a leak in it. So thank God we caught it when we did, and we cleaned up, what was in, and it was in the master bedroom of it. It has a back bed. It has like a bedroom towards the front end of it, and then it has another sleeping area too. But so we cleaned it up, and then we had to come into town today to get the stuff to fix it, the leak. But I was like, man, at first my old attitude came up, like, dropping a couple of cuss words, like, why is this happening? The Armada, and then this. Oh yeah, and then my my AA sponsor told me yesterday that I should probably go to Debtors Anonymous, which I shared in a short. I don't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is a thing. And but yeah, she's right. I have this really weird way of seeing, like, screwing over financial institutions. Like, even though I borrowed the money, like, screw you, you're probably millionaires. And I don't know, it was like a victim mindset. Now that I'm saying it out loud, exactly what it is. But so at first I had that, oh, why me attitude again too. But AA's brought me a lot of peace. And I used to think that why me, have to go to meetings, but I actually look forward to the meetings now. I just had to find some that fit me, and there's this one meeting I really love. If anybody's looking for an online meeting, it's called Geeks Who Don't Drink, and they really are a fun group from all around the world, and very different, which is right up my alley. So that's my home group online. And hopefully once we get to Florida, I'll be able to find a home group that's in person. But as of right now, I kind of hop around to the in-person meetings. Ever since my Armada didn't want reverse anymore, I haven't gone to as many in-person meetings because I'm scared that Armada will decide it doesn't want drive. So I've been gentle with her. And so I haven't been to as many in-person meetings. But yeah, I like that meeting online. So I just have to go on that same mindset with Debtors Anonymous. And I have a lot of debt, from my student loans to even with this, house, that we have, that we're leaving to go to Florida. That's a whole nother debt. So, and the credit cards that we've gotten and abandoned. And my sponsor is like, well, what's your idea for all that? And I was like, honestly, file bankruptcy. But is this program and this new spiritual journey is about cultivating doing what's right, and no matter if these corporations are billionaires, or whether they screw people over with high interest rates. Ultimately, I took their money. I borrowed their money and I didn't pay them back. Now, I do have to be gentle with myself and realize that as of right now, Kefab and I are in, work limbo. So I can't sit there and think that, I can give them a lot of money right now or possibly ever. But I know that with Debtors Anonymous, that they have a program of recovery for that too. And there's been people that spoke. We actually, it was my first meeting, so I haven't been. Today I'm going to go to one too. I'm going to do one every day. Because just yesterday's speaker spoke of being in the same situations that I've been in, and success coming from the program that they work, which is, just who doesn't need a good financing manager? It kind of, and all for free, AA and they call that DA are led for, I just realized DA because I'm a dumbass. No, that's not nice self-talk. I'm not a dumbass. I just made human mistakes, I'm not perfect. But actually, while we were at Home Depot getting the stuff, a woman got sidetracked by Kefab's long goatee, and right now he has braided this lime green string into her paracord into it. She's like, "You caught me off guard," and she just starts talking to us. Well, then she's like, "And you with your hat," because I have this hat on with all these buttons that Kefab had bought for me. And he starts explaining what the buttons are, and one of them is a bouquet of skull roses. And he used there's a name for it. He said something like a death something, and a death bouquet. And then he started to say about, well, it's not physically dead, but then basically he sent me these when I was in rehab, representing the death of the old me and the rebirth of the new me. And so when I told her about rehab, she was like, "Really?" She's like, "I'm a life coach." And the way I think she said that she's sober as well, but she basically is a life coach here in Dublin. And after we left, she was really sweet, but I told her about my program and of AA and my spiritual program. And we left it at that, but as we were sitting there eating Mexican food, I'm like, man, I just realized, she charges people money for what AA gives to me for free, and obviously AA is only functioning by donations, and so I make sure to give when I can. But honestly, everybody in those rooms, they're doing it for free, and the reason they do it is because it keeps them sober. And I'm just thankful I can be part of that. And I can help the newcomer too. I don't have a lot of sobriety under my belt yet, but I have enough to know that the program that I thought was bullshit, 3 months ago is working for me. And if I didn't have it, I know I would have relapsed. As soon as I landed, I would have relapsed. And not because I don't love my family, not because Kefab does anything wrong to me. It's our own brain. And for those, that maybe struggle with, why doesn't my family member or my friend just stop? Or if they're struggling with, why don't I just stop? There's actually a doctor's opinion in what they call the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, where this doctor actually explains the phenomenon of cravings. And literally, our brains are just different. And I might have shared this on another video, but obviously it's pulling me to share it again. Kefab's a normie. Kefab can sit there and mix a mixed drink and not touch it, not even sip it. And I'm sitting there watching him. I literally several times would chug his drinks for him, at my demand, because usually he didn't want to give them up. But I'm like, it's going to get hot. You're going to ruin it. What's wrong with you? But that is the phenomenon of cravings. And there's no way to explain it other than our body processes it differently. When I put that first drink in my body doesn't know how to process it. It actually physically creates more thirst. Whereas somebody like Kefab drinks it and they're ready to go sleepy time or throw up if they keep going. My body wants more. And there's no way to explain it other than how our body processes it. And they call it an allergy, and that's really what happens. At the detriment of my body, I continue, and the next drink creates even deeper craving. And that's how we can't explain why. And the obsession that creates the obsession of wanting to drink or drug, this goes for both. I was an avid pothead. I was such an avid pothead that I decided I thought it was wise to grow my own weed. Yeah, and it's illegal. But I cannot do that. My body does not process even weed the same way. If I put anything into my body, it will lead to the obsession of drinking ultimately. And I never realized that, but knowing that helps me stay sober, knowing that it's not my fault. Yeah, I made mistakes, but my body truly processes it differently. And knowing that now is what helps me stay sober. And so I'm thankful that I have a program where all that's given to me for free, And if you have a family member or a friend that's suffering from this, they have another program called Al-Anon for the family members and the friends who have to deal with this, because you're just as much in the addiction and the alcoholism as the person is that's actively using and drinking, and that's hard, So Al-Anon meetings are amazing too. But yeah, I'm just very blessed as I walked away thinking, well, now I get a budget managing program, Debtors Anonymous, to help me learn how to budget to where we don't go out to eat Mexican food when neither one of us have an active job. Luckily, I'm still receiving paychecks from my teaching job. They take our pay over the days we work and divide them amongst the 365 days in a year so that we still receive paychecks over the summer. But at the end of August will be my last paycheck, and I'm pretty sure it won't be a full paycheck as they're charging me $1,400 to get out of my contract. So, and that's a whole nother story. I told them maybe a month. I told them a month after signing my contract that I wanted to relocate to Florida, and I had even had a student teacher that was going to take my position. So my position was filled. But unfortunately, the school system, the HR department seems to like to take advantage of people, and the bottom dog, the guys on the lower end of the totem pole, as other teachers have shared the same story. So unfortunately, that happened. But all I can do is accept it and accept that my last check probably won't be a full check, or by their words, it won't be. So either way, that's not a good financial decision to go out and eat food, huh? But I'm learning, and I'm excited to see what this Debtors Anonymous will help me, how it will help me to budget properly and to not take advantage of financial institutions in the future. So we'll see. Man, this is a beautiful ride, y'all. It's not raining, but it's enough overcast to keep us cool. And we went to Dublin today for this, and that's exactly what Keepop and I talked about. Was we got the RV cleaned out, I got the bedding out, I got the pillows out, we got the mattress out. It had started to mold, so we're gonna have to get some air circulation going in there. But he's like, look, we'll go ride tomorrow and turn it into a positive and share with our communities about the hardships, because no matter what, life still happens, and it's about how we handle it. And like I said, when it first happened, of course, my mind was like, really? What the fuck? I automatically reverted back to my negative thinking, but I quickly just cultivated that, okay, this is okay. This too can be fixed, All it is a leak, All we gotta do is clean up, get some airflow going in there. We're gonna have to remodel anyways, because, it's an older camper. So I really want to remodel anyways. And so, it is what it is. That's all we can do. If I let it bring me down, then I have wasted that present moment. And I've learned in my spirituality and in my program is the present is all we have. The past has already happened. We can't guarantee the future. As I go down this road, keep up saying, hey, as I go down this road, the future's not guaranteed at all. So if I don't enjoy the present moment, then what do I have, you know? So thinking like that helps me stay out of that negativity whenever shit like that happens, you know? But I'm sending y'all so much love and light, and I've realized that I can ramble on and on. When I first started doing these videos, I was like, and I still get like that. Like when I go get ready to make one, I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna talk about? And then it just flows out, I guess. And I feel like I just try to let my higher power lead me and know that hopefully my story or my message can reach even one person. You know, you're not alone. You have a community, you have a higher power, you have the divine within you. Even if you're not feeling it right now, it's there, you know, whenever you're ready, it's there. But anyways, with that said, do not forget, we are always loved, guided, and protected. And you are bountiful, beautiful, and blissful. Namaste. Namaste, my beloved community. Have a good day, y'all.